Yeah, so I'm
Sounds good.
back with Jamba Juice again, actually. Say hello.
Hello, it's me.
Yeah, and we're doing Demon Hunter. There's so many more cards this time than the Death Knight one, but I've played a lot of Demon Hunter. Jamba Juice has played a lot of Demon Hunter, so we'll be able to talk a little more about these cards, especially.
Every single card goes into S tier simply because they look green.
Because they're green.
Demon Hunter is S tier because he is green. Green evil man does green stuff. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Um, let's get into it. So Jace, easy S tier, right?
Jay's easy S tier, and it's going to be the best Demon Hunter card ever printed because it's like Shudderwock. It only gets better with
Yeah.
time.
Jace is
There's
just
no
so
doubt about
nuts.
it.
It's just so nuts. It was incredibly good in standard and saw like some decent wild play. Like it wasn't like amazing on wild by any means, but it saw some play when it like for like every once in a while it just comes back up. Um, but it was just genuinely so strong in standard. Like there's just no way you can put it anywhere lower than S.
Jace in Wild is kind of funny. Like, you can make a cool side list with it, right? You put Jace in the souls, you put the Jotun in the souls, and probably Spellbound Arcanist. Is that the neutral thingy?
Um, you would use Street Trickster now
Probably.
because
The two. Yeah.
yeah, you would use Street
But
Trickster now
you,
because
you,
it's just better. But yeah, I get what you mean.
you have the cool fell spells, you cast them automatically. You get Jace that's protected from dirty rats. Oh
Yeah,
man, I like it.
yeah, incredibly powerful.
Yeah,
Um,
there's just no discussion here. Jace is ass.
yeah,
I think everyone agrees on that.
yeah. 1 second. Netherdamus.
Unlucky.
This card was never playable, right?
Nephrodamus.
Like, I remember
This is
playing this in like a meme token Demon Hunter deck, and it was still bad in that. Like,
the one deck it's supposed to be good in, it still sucks ass.
yeah,
I
still so
mean,
bad.
you could make this card like 7 mana and it's probably bad. The
Yeah.
most play I've seen this get is getting it from DQA, and then it's still bad.
Yeah,
So, useless. Absolutely useless.
yeah, it's just pretty bad, pretty terrible. Zymox also an easy S. Uh,
Uh,
relics were so broken and standard before like they got like nerfs and they just got like a bunch of changes, and then Zymox was just always Zymox saw just so much play in standard for multiple expansions. It itself wasn't like incredibly broken, but it synergized so well with how incredibly strong the relics were that like yeah, you get what I mean?
I know what you mean, but I can't put it in S. I can't.
Yeah.
I love the card a lot, but the problem with relics is that it's too unreliable to be consistent. The relics see a lot of play in standard because Relic of Dimensions has absolutely insane mana cheating,
Yeah.
which standard probably doesn't do that much. In wild, relics have seen some play, but have never been the absolute top dog.
Yeah.
I think I would put it at good, and then good in the fire high tier.
Yeah, that's fair. You're probably right. Like it definitely got a little. It isn't as good as the other as just Dimensions is, but it casts Dimensions, so
Dimensions absolutely hard carries the game or
yeah,
the deck.
yeah.
If you
Xylag.
don't draw dimensions, you're gonna lose.
That's also true. Xylag.
Silag.
Xylag's kind of hard to rate.
Um,
I actually think Xylag's really hard to rate, right? Because Xylag on its own isn't that great. Like it's still an okay minion, but the reason why Xylag
what?
the reason why Xylag was really good in standard is because of Carry a Fell Soul and because of the card that resummoned demons and the card that cheated Xylag out of your deck. Like of course it was a really good target to get.
Nah.
Well, you think
Nah, you
Xylag
can't do
in
this to
general
my
might have
boy.
So where do you think?
Psylocke on its own. Look, in standard, he's been decent. He's only been good in standard in what you say, the big demon lists
Yeah,
that cheat him out. But in wild, you just run him in Reno list. He puts pressure on the field. He clears the board a bit.
that's fair.
They need to clear it immediately or they die, right?
Yeah,
And well, of course, if you're gonna play a Redick list, then he's insane because you can cheat it out.
yeah.
But again, that's the Relic of Dimensions issue we've had in the class for since it existed, I guess. Honestly, at some point in time, I thought Psylocke was going to be nerfed to 8 mana. But, just see him as a better version of Ragnaros, which costs 1 mana less.
Yeah.
I like it.
That's fair. But like, do you think good?
Would
or
I put it in S? Absolutely not. It's
Yeah.
it's good. It's
yeah,
good.
that's what I'm trying to get at. Star Student Stelina. This card's horrible.
No?
What?
What do you mean?
What? How is Stelina good?
I'm not saying it's good, but it's not absolutely useless, at least.
Yeah, I get. Well, but like, it's worse than Glide. It's just so much worse than Glide. And Glide.
Yeah,
like,
that's the main issue, right?
Yeah, like, because like I feel like it's just so significantly worse than Glide. It has to go in like literally useless and power crept here is when like I've termed it now. Because like Glide just is so much better. And Glide, like, you're already not hard running Glide in any deck, or in most decks. Like Glide is really good to discover, yeah, but
I think Stelina is also good to discover, and that makes it at least not literally useless as Nethromandas is, right?
yeah, Netherodamus. Oh, this card, dude.
Nethrodamus, I can't even pronounce his name. That's how bad he is.
He's
Shame
so
on him.
pointless and bad.
Stelina is probably useless, yes. Actually, she is useless, but I want her to be good simply because she's also the duels hero, and she looks nice.
Yeah, yeah, she does. She has a cool card. Don't get me wrong. I love the art, but I don't know.
If it was a battle cry, it would have been all right, maybe.
That too, yeah.
It being outcast, ow, that hurts.
Yeah. Kurtrus. What's his full name? It's Kurtrus something. Like
A gunslinger.
Gunslinger Kurtrus. Yeah, I think this is definitely a good card.
I would put it in S instantly.
Really.
It's like, I mean, we just discussed how good Patchwork is, right?
Yeah.
This is 5 mana Patchwork. it makes the very difficult matchups winnable.
That's fair.
I've been toying around with like Dirty Rat and whatever. It never really works out. Dirty Rat is too inconsistent. It gets a minion on the field for them.
Yeah.
This Kurtrus, absolutely overpowered, I would say even.
So
5 mana, destroy your opponent's hand, destroy your opponent's combo, destroy your opponent's life. Watch them concede.
I really wish Kurtrus had like a secondary effect because, like, I understand that it is a good effect. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think Kurtrus is like at all playable in standard. Like, unless there is some really good combo deck, it's just a tech card. You get what I mean? Like, I feel like
it's just a tech card, but it's a very, very, very good tech card.
I just feel like a Highlander card shouldn't be a tech card. You know what I mean? I feel like it should have an additional effect, or at least be like a reason you play Highlander. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is absolutely a reason I play Highlander. This guy and the Reno hero alone makes me want to play Reno Hunter or Reno Demon Hunter in standard.
Yeah, with Reno especially, but yeah.
And that's the only Reno-ish cards I would need for standard Reno decks.
Yeah.
You know? In Wild, Reno Demon Hunter has seen some fringe play. It has been useful at times. I can see this being the card that makes the deck go from semi-decent to absolutely tier 1, tier 2.
Yeah, Reno Hunter with Kurtrus now, if we're ever in like a really combo meta, it's definitely going to be a tier 2 deck during those combo metas, or a tier 1 deck. But it's definitely just makes Reno Hunter like a counter deck to combo. You know what I mean? Like if say next
like
expansion.
the Reno Demon Hunter lists that have seen play are usually running Death Speaker Blackthorn, right?
Yeah.
Most of them are tempo lists.
Well,
We
yeah,
can make
of
it a
course you would,
control shell, and then you put in Sai the Incredible, you copy Kurtrus, you copy Bran or something. You have double Bran, double Kurtrus. I
Yeah.
can see nothing going wrong here.
Yeah,
Never.
Of course, you're probably playing those tempo cards. What I was talking about, like, is say like Mind Rogue is the best deck next expansion for some reason. I don't know why it would be, but say it was. Then this would be
Right.
probably one of the best counters to that. Period.
Absolutely.
Because definitely, or not definitely.
But also, just in a control mirror matchup, right? You
Yeah.
play this, it shoots that Sephiroth once, it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
If you dirty rat it, you kill it. Maybe they play like Raise Dead, cringe. They get Sephiroth back. Now you just play Kurtrus. Sephiroth is absolutely gone from the game.
Do we know how that works? Like, if you try and Raise Dead something that Kurtrus shoots, do you get it back?
It never really died, I think.
Yeah.
It's just the card got, it got just
removed.
They just pull it away from their hand.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
something that will,
gone forever, like the poof effects.
Yeah, that's something that'll be figured out pretty early on, I think. Like, if it does work. Like, very early on, actually. But, yeah. Keria Felsoul.
Mm-hmm.
Keria is one of these, at least. It's either S or good. Because, like, Big Demon Hunter was genuinely very, very strong in Standard. And, of course, Keria got nerfed for it.
I think she would go into bad currently but because she has seen play previously, I would say no current use.
Fair.
No current use because 6 mana cheating out a big card. If Demon Hunter gets more good big demons, she goes into the list. Yeah, obviously.
I think currently there's no reason to play this card because this card exists, Meltranix, and Meltranix is a demon. So Keria...
I don't really like Meltranix, but I see what your point is.
Dude,
no.
Meltranix is so
I think she's a worse Okani.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, but like Meltranix is another one of those cards that fits into the anti-combo Demon Hunter like repertoire.
Sure, that's fair enough, yeah.
Yeah. And, like, if like I'm saying, like, eventually we go into a combo meta or something, this anti-combo, Reno, Demon Hunter, it's just going to be so disgusting.
Okay, but hear me out here, right? Yeah, you add the 30th card in your deck. Is it going to be Prosecutor, Meltranix, or Mana Burn?
Okay, yeah, okay, but that's not a fair comparison because you're going to run Mana Burn over a lot of things,
Okay, fair enough. But we'll get to Meltranix later. Yeah. Or do you want to go for Meltranix now?
No, we should do Argus. Argus, the Emerald Star. I don't really know about this card.
Argus.
I don't really see this in Wild ever, and I'm not sure if it's good in Standard.
In Standard, it sees play in Relic Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
It's a good comeback tool, but I think it's just a boring card. Yeah. Out of all the Titans, this is just... Oh, hey, I have funny summon minions or discount my hand or discover death rattle. Like, and then you see the other Titans, you go like, oh, insane sick powers.
Yeah, Agrimar gives you...
And this guy, 2/2 fucking elementals. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, Argus is definitely the most boring
The card is good, but boring.
Yeah.
In Wild, I think you play him only in a Control Reno Demon Hunter list, or in a questline-less Il'gynoth OTK.
Yeah.
So that makes him not good, but probably just no current use.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about the card. I just never see it, and I've never played it, so...
It's funny if you have the Il'gynoth OTK, you just discount your combo pieces like...
Yeah, I feel like...
Sure, but you can also run Emperor Thaurissan to do that, right?
Or you could run...
It's not that great.
Close the portal.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jotun. It's Jotun the Eternal, right? For sure.
Jotun the Eternal. Instant S.
Pretty good, right?
S. Yeah, it instantly goes into S.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Yep.
Like we keep saying with a
Um,
lot of cards, it's only gonna get better.
exactly. In terms of future use, this card is going to be giga broken.
Yeah.
It already has shown it's super good in like a side list, right? You have a 30 spell deck. What is the first card you add? The card that duplicates your spells cast.
Yep.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
In any kind of control list, just make sure you have lifesteal AoEs or cards that touch the opponent's face. You put this one in, it duplicates your spells. It's never bad. It's always good, right? You're happy
Yeah.
to see this card in your starting hand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have anything better. I literally just could not describe it any better. It's just how it is.
If you're happy to see a card in your starting hand, it's S, right?
Yeah, a lot of the time, yeah. Especially when it's like not a 1 or 2 mana card.
Exactly.
Yeah, Sociologist Militia. This card was fucking absurd when it came out. Like, it was so strong when it came out.
Yes.
I don't think you could call it an S tier, but definitely a good card.
It is a good card, but it will never be good again.
Yeah.
That's the problem I have with it.
Like, I don't think
in respect of its past, I will say it's a good card.
Yeah. So the way that I like to format it is a card that was like absurdly good when it came out is definitely a good card rather than a no current use or previously useless, because no current use is a card that's like, it's pretty good, but it doesn't really fit anywhere, you know? But like this card was just insane when it came out. Like Soul Shard Demon Hunter was the best deck in the game when it came out.
A Soul Warlock too, right?
Yeah,
it's a Warlock card
also
too.
Very powerful. I won't.
I mean, you play 7 mana for 21/21 in stats.
Yeah, exactly.
Or even more, actually.
Usually I won't.
It's never gonna be bad.
Sorry. Usually when I won't talk about like the other class when a dual cast card, but like Soul Warlock was also very strong. So like this card just is good.
Simply because this card existed. Yeah. It's a good card.
Yeah, it's just so many stats.
Don't craft it though. It's never gonna be good again.
Do not craft it. Like unless they reprint Soul
Shard cards. It's very likely 400 dust now, but it looks too good to disenchant.
Yeah. So before we talk about going down swinging, how good it actually is, I have to mention the bug with going down swinging and multi-strike, where if you played multi-strike and going down swinging, it became like Gonk, and Gonk Rush Demon Hunter was like literally broken. Like literally, it was incredibly overpowered.
Hold up, I have to come in here, right?
Yeah.
I have to come in here. It was me on the stream that discovered that interaction with Ultigun, and we together made that deck.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Yeah.
We made that deck happen.
Yeah.
And I had like 100% win rate in standard.
Yeah.
From rank 2000 legend to 150.
Yeah. Like
unironically, it was that overpowered.
Yeah, because at the time, Rush Demon Hunter was probably the best deck in the game, maybe second best. It was really strong.
I think it was Outcast Demon Hunter actually.
Outcast,
and you just put in double multi-strike and going down swinging.
Yeah.
With the 0 mana 3 attack spell.
Yeah.
And you would have an OTK in an aggro deck.
Yep.
I mean.
Yeah, it was like
that's absolute bullshit.
Like when I talked about Maxima for Hunter, I did mention that the Maxima Cthulhu OTK, which was like literally Z tier overpowered for like a week, like because it was so broken. Like I don't count that for the card, but it is something you have to mention just because it was a thing. Like if they didn't fix multi-strike with this card, it would be an easy S tier. Like it would be probably the best one, to be honest. That was it was so broken. But
if the bug still existed, Demon Hunter would have been playable.
Yeah, it would still be playable if it still existed, like in Wild.
Exactly.
But like,
for now though, the bug fixed version.
Yeah.
I would probably still put it in good.
Yeah.
It's an AOE.
It's
a slightly improved swipe.
Yeah.
I mean that's fine.
It also gives you like 2 attack, and it makes like any of your weapon effects trigger, stuff like that.
It's a fun card. It's a good card. It probably sees play in a control-ish Reno list.
Yeah, especially with.
Other than that, maybe not so much.
Especially with the Kurtrus Hero card, you'll get like 6-8 attack on average, and then you know, deal 8 damage to the enemy board and their face. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's always good, right?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
It's a good card.
It's just a pretty good card. Death Speaker Blackthorn. This card. So Death Rattle Demon Hunter, from what I remember, was pretty good in standard at one point. Like, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't like super strong, but it was good. Right?
It has been playable, I would say.
And obviously, you know, Black.
And it is still kind of playable. Like, the builds you can use now, you will probably go like Blackthorn with Sludge Belchers and Rotten Applebaum.
Yeah.
Put in the Soth. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the best, but it's fine. This is one of those cards, though, that's probably going to get better in the future again.
Yeah.
Because it has such an unique effect.
Yeah.
If they ever print like a super broken Death Rattle card that costs less than 5 mana, this card's just gonna make it even more consistent.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be super good.
Yeah, I like this card a lot.
I have to mention the funny Stalag and Fugan interaction too, actually.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, with Stalag and Fugan, because if they both die at the same time, they both summon Thaddeus. So funny. It's not because it like almost never happens, but when it does, it's rough.
It is just very funny.
Yeah, I think it's definitely probably worse than going down swinging though. Like just.
I think I agree on that one. Yeah.
Rhythm Dancer Risa. Yeesh.
Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, this card just never does anything. They've been buffed it, right?
They buffed it from 5 mana to 4, and it's still bad.
Yeah.
If they make it 3 mana, it's still bad.
Yeah, that says a lot about a card if it gets buffed and it's.
If they would change the card effect from after your hero attacks set its cost to 0, it's still bad. I don't see this ever seeing play.
Yeah.
And I would say it's probably even worse than Nephrodamus.
You know what? I actually think this card has its own tier. Because of how bad it is.
It gets its own tier?
Yeah.
No.
So when it came to like Hunter, I gave Halazi and Tavish their own tier. When it came to Warrior, I gave Hack the System and Lady Ashvane their own tier. I think Risa is on the same level as those cards.
Actually, with Hunter, I can't agree on the Tavish one, but sadly I was not on that video.
The 3-mana Tavish.
Yeah, I know which Tavish you mean.
No,
and that Tavish is really good.
No, it's not. That card's so bad. That card's so horrible.
No,
every Hunter player agrees that card is horrible. It's so bad. Like even like Sidisi is the kind of guy where he'll like try and make things work no matter how bad they are. He genuinely thinks Tavish is one of the worst Hunter legendaries ever.
Can I just take this moment for some bragging rights, though?
Oh no.
I have used this specific Tavish in a deck list and got like 70% win rate in top 100 Wild Legend.
You're lying. You're lying.
I have said it.
You're just lying. I don't believe it.
Okay. After this video, I'm going to search on my Twitter account and you will find it.
You're lying.
I will prove it to you.
You have to be
I would also put Knuckles on S tier.
Okay.
And it's not a meme.
Okay, Knuckles is a good card, but it is not an S tier card. I think I put Knuckles in the no current use because like Knuckles Hunter is playable, but it's not like in a real thing.
No current use.
Okay, but
Mate, I have a deck list here for Knuckles Hunter.
Because Knuckles Hunter is not on the same level as cards as like these other cards, okay? Or this like it just isn't. It just isn't.
Okay, but let's go back to Demon Hunter before I start my rant on bad cards being good.
Yeah, Lady Sethano.
Steno.
So I think even post nerf, Lady Sethano is a crazy card, right?
After the nerf, she's absolutely dog shit. Yeah. Before the nerf, she was S tier.
Yeah, I think it's still fair to put.
So that combined, I would put her in good.
I know. I think it's still fair to put her in S because her peak was just so good, right? Like. Currently,
the predation nerf also really hurt her, I think.
Yeah, the predation nerf. But there's no way they're not going to get reverted, especially with this latest expansion coming out, like on rotation. It's just going to happen.
Naga Demon Hunter might be really cool to try out.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying
And
like this is
especially
no
because
way.
it's like cycle Naga, cycle spell. So Steno is always going to be playable then.
Yeah.
The one attack hurts a lot, but she's still alright. Estia, probably not though.
I
Especially
don't know.
not in the form that she's at now.
I just have to put it here just because of how crazy strong that it was in standard like before the nerf. Like, and it wasn't even, it
Also in a
wasn't
while,
actually,
to be honest.
yeah, and wild too. But it wasn't actually
She,
it wasn't actually terrible even after the nerf because of what's it called? The 3 mana 1/4 Quillbore that gave it +4 attack. It made Setheno see play again until that card got nerfed.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, I think it's
she was also just so good. She saw play in odd DH.
Yeah, I think the fact
simply
that Setheno,
because a 3-mana Steno with
yeah.
Predation was that good.
I think the fact that Setheno made two cards and itself get nerfed, it's an easy S. Like that. Like what other card has done that? That's gotten 2 other cards nerfed and itself.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Probably.
Like, the only other card I can think of is like maybe Hunter Questline. It got Rapid Fire nerfed. It got itself nerfed, and like one other card, Dragonbane shot.
There are probably some more cards that made other stuff
get
nerfed, but like...
Yeah. Dude, we're finally here. Well, I guess Brand in Standard did, but that's a little different. Dude, we're finally at it.
Brand in Standard was just absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
And a dog shit decision on Blizzard's end.
Yeah, it's a bad idea. Meltranix, dude. This card, from everyone I've ever talked to, Meltranix is like one of the best Demon Hunter cards of all time. From everyone I've talked to.
No.
You can't, no way.
I can't. She is very good, but she's absolutely useless into aggro. Yeah? Absolutely useless into control.
Okay.
The only time she sees play if his combo is good.
Wait a minute. Okay, you can't say Kurtrus is broken if Kurtrus is also useless in aggro.
No, Kurtrus actually can be useful in aggro matchups because you still shoot cards in their hand.
Okay, but
if you play Meltranix, they just play their 1-cost cards from left to right. It doesn't matter. The only time Meltranix saw play is when Relic DH was broken in Standard, and it needed a counter to board clears.
Yeah.
That's it. She's never S. She is never S.
Fair. I'll say that's fair. But this card has to go in good at least. Like, probably...
She definitely goes in good, but she is worse than Malicia.
Yeah.
And slightly better than going down swinging, probably.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This is the card that I've been waiting to talk about. Soulbinder Scythe. Holy...
Instant S, and I don't care. Even if it's bad, it goes in S for flavor.
So,
and in terms of how cool it is.
Scythe is also a deck building card. You build your deck around Scythe, and it works. And it's really good, and it's been good. And I think Scythe is better than Jace. Because you can play Jace on his own, yeah, it's great. You can play Jace on his own, yeah, it's great. But you play Scythe with Jace, with Jotun, you know?
My brain is actually getting damaged here.
You don't think it should go here?
It is probably better than Jace, yes, but I can't do my man Jace like this.
That's yeah, okay, all right. It definitely is better than Kurtrus, though. Like, this card's so nuts. It's so insane, and it's not going to go away anytime soon.
Scythe is just a card that's gonna stick around forever, and every time a cool card like Jotun gets printed, you're like, ooh, what cool stuff can I try with that?
Yeah.
It also just makes your draw so consistent, right? If you draw 3 souls, you have triple the chance of finding a Jotun in your deck.
Yep.
Instead of going main deck Jotun.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck? That's super overpowered.
Exactly.
The only problem with Scythe is that if it's ever good, people start running Steam Cleaner or Skulking Geist, and you're like, why do you have to be cringe?
Yeah, but you're probably likely enough to draw at least one of the souls before they can play those cards.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. Kurtrus. Kurtrus hero card. Easy S.
S.
Card's nuts. It just does everything.
Absolutely S.
It summons minions. It gives you big minions. It helps clear the board. It gives you a really good hero power. It just does so much.
Like, it's like Marrowgar without the rune restriction.
Yeah.
And you get an insane hero power back for it that can be used for a funny OTK.
Yeah.
What else do you want from a 6-mana card?
On top of the fact that, like, this card is giving you, like, a fireball every turn. Like, on average, you're getting a fireball every turn.
Pretty much.
Or, like...
If you have, like, 4 1/1s on the board, you get a Pyroblast for 5 mana for free, basically.
Like, it's just so crazy. Like, you can't put this card, like, any lower than this, I think. Because, like, this card will never not be playable, I think.
The only time it's not playable if it's a better hero power or a battle hero card gets printed.
Yeah, which so far has.
Which is not very likely.
Yeah, I don't like. I think you still run this in Reno Death Knight for sure, even if you're gonna run Reno, because, like, worst case scenario, if you play this on 6, it's fine. But, like, you could just play it after Reno, you know?
I mean, you can also play it before Reno. It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you play it on 6, yeah, it's a little, it's a little sad that you're not going to get the hero power anymore, but I don't think you care. Because the effect is just so strong.
Both are very good. You're just going to run both in your deck.
Yeah.
And both are going to be an improvement on your current hero power, so there's nothing wrong with any of them.
Yeah. Dude, Altruist the Outcast. This card makes me sad. When it first came out, it was really strong. It was, like, really, really...
Nerf my boy.
It got nerfed day 1, right? It was one of the day 1 nerfs, right?
Nerf my boy. I need him back.
Why is he still 4 mana? Like,
I think this is one of those cards. If it's 3 mana, it still won't be S nowadays. It was S because Twin Slice was 0 mana, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, Altruist nowadays is probably just bad, but I would put him in no current use because I can see him being playable at some point with Final Showdown.
Yeah.
I can see it. Like, I've been tinkering around with some builds. You put Altruist in there. You equip the... what's it called? Let me check the weapon's name. The Lion's Frenzy.
Yeah.
You draw cards with the 4 mana guy. If you play your left or rightmost card, draw a card. So you cycle 0 mana cards. You do AoE damage. You draw cards. You click their face, they're dead.
Yeah.
That might come back at some point in time.
Yeah, when Altruist came out, Twin Slice was 0 mana, gained 1 attack, and it was 3 mana, and then you would have 4 Twin Slices who you would deal 4 damage to all enemies on turn 3. It was so disgusting. It was so broken. Like everyone that played during the time or knows about it knows that day 1 Demon Hunter was, like, the best thing to ever exist, and this is one of the reasons. Like,
exactly.
Like,
it's also one of the reasons why people hate Demon Hunter a lot still to this day.
I agree with
because
you.
it was that overpowered.
Yeah, I agree with you. It can't go in S or good because it literally got nerfed after, like, a day, so it never got to have any longevity at all. But, like, holy dude, was it so broken.
I think it was unnerfed for like 1 week and then it got nerfed again.
Yeah, seriously. It's just so broken, dude, this card. It literally just is not allowed to exist at 3 mana. It just isn't.
Well, which causes me a lot of pain, but...
Yeah, especially because I want to play it in, like, odd Demon Hunter.
We're gonna get to my favorite one. I can spot it.
Yeah, Il'gynoth.
No!
Scythe Incredible.
No! Give me the sneaky side-eye. No, Scythe Incredible. Okay. My very unhinged, very biased take. This card is S. Why is it S? It is Sola the Gorgon, except you don't need to play stuff to trigger it. It keeps the discounts in your hand. Like, what the fuck?
Is this
you put this in a control-y list. You put it in a control-y ash list. You can decide, oh, I need more AoE, let's copy AoE. I want more value, okay, let's just copy IDQA or whatever. It's insane. And you won't tell me otherwise. Just know.
Yeah, Sai. So when Sai was in standard, it wasn't actually that terrible. It saw like fringe play, right?
It never saw play in standard.
Really,
It never saw play in wild either.
I don't know. It's such a weird card.
Look, the thing that made me fall in love with Sai even more is that I ran it in my wild relic list. So I would copy like Zero Mana, Brand and Aetherus, and then double it up with Sai, and like I would play like 5 Denaturous effects in one turn.
Yeah,
that's insane.
It's just so strong. Like, it's this card does so much. Of course, if we're being objective, the card's kind of not that great, but like, it just does so much with other Demon Hunter cards that like you can't really not acknowledge it. I feel, right?
Okay, let's step back from the biased takes.
Wow.
This card has never been good. It has never been super strong. It's very useful.
Yeah.
Or it can be very useful, depending on how you build your lists. But the average Demon Hunter list, nobody really tinkers around with it. It's like, yeah, sure, let's just net deck this funny aggro stuff and click face with green cards.
Yeah.
No, try building cool stuff. Brand Sai, get like 5 Jays in your hand and be funny.
Yeah,
and it's actually very strong. No shit, having 5 Jays is strong.
Yeah, Demon Hunter is just a class people just hate because of, like we were talking about with standard, was just too good. So people just don't like it, and they refuse to experiment with it. That's kind of like a problem with Death Knight, I've noticed.
Exactly.
People just don't experiment with it.
Exactly.
Like,
and if you don't experiment, you're never gonna find the fringe cards that make your bad deck playable.
Yeah.
And Sai is one of those cards that makes my bad deck playable.
Yeah.
So that instantly makes the card good, right?
Yeah, when it came to Hunter, oh my dude, holy Hunter. Like the only thing people would ever experiment with Hunter and Wild were Reno Hunter, Beast Hunter, Even Hunter, and like sometimes Knuckles Hunter, right? But there are actually dozens of like weird niche combo Hunter decks that no one experimented with before I did. Like when it like Hody or OTK Hunter, like yeah, people tried it like once, like for like Mark tried it, stuff like that, but like why? But like I made a list that actually works. I have like a 70% win rate with it across like 15 games at like 1K legend. It works. It's not great by any means, but like it works, you know? And people just don't experiment in this format. And it's kind of really sad. Like they net deck, and then they complain that there's nothing to play, and then they don't do anything themselves.
And meanwhile, while they're all doing that, I'm here missing the good old times. And I'm playing Twist.
Yeah,
Twist is not even the good old OG stuff we have.
Yeah.
Like, just make me able to play Rock the Lar again, unironically. That makes me happy. No?
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, back to Sai. Sai is not S. I love him, but he can't go S.
Yeah.
He's good. Probably a tiny bit better than Cymox, but people that don't play the card will not believe me, so...
Yeah. Il'gynoth. I feel like Il'gynoth has to be in contention for the best Demon Hunter Legendary. It went to 2 worlds.
Il'gynoth is the best Demon Hunter Legendary.
It's so strong. This card. Like, at 2...
There is no doubt in my mind that says that this is the best card ever printed.
Yeah, one of. It's definitely, like, out there. Because at 2 different points in 2 different expansions, Il'gynoth, OTK, Lifesteal Demon Hunter was the best deck in the game. Like, almost...
It was not even just the best deck in the game. It was tier S.
Yeah, like...
They almost made a tier S plus for it. That's how good it was.
Yeah, like, you could argue making an S plus just for Il'gynoth. I'm not going to do it just because whatever. But, like, Il'gynoth is so crazy how strong this card was in Standard. And, like, it was decent and wild, like, Il'gynoth OTK before, like, all the million nerfs that happened. And,
decent? It's not decent. It's very good.
Yeah.
You should try it now with Unleash Fel. It's actually
Yeah,
insane.
that's what I was gonna say. If
The only
Unleash
time
Fel
you
gets
lose
reverted,
if you should get dirty ratted or if mages play Ice Block, and that's it.
yeah, if
It's
Unleash Fel gets
very
reverted,
much playable.
Unleash Fel getting reverted would make this card
Ho,
like,
ho.
so crazy.
I can never see Unleash Fel getting reverted. It's so broken, man.
Yeah, it's so broken. But yeah, Il'gynoth easily, probably not even arguably the best Demon Hunter legendary. Like, it's just this card did
pretty much.
And the
anyone that
thing,
hasn't even played the class would say the same thing if they have played during that time.
The crazy thing is, unironically, it was not incorrect to tempo Il'gynoth against aggro sometimes. If you had it, it wasn't incorrect. Like I remember
decent
playing...
in Wild is insane in a class that's not even 3 years old. Yeah, I mean that's true. That's a very fair point, right?
Yeah, like I remember playing in Collegiate. We were playing Il'gynoth OTK, and we were playing against it was Aggro Hunter at the time, right? We coin Il'gynoth on 3, and because of the 2/6 body, we won the game. Like, for no other reason. Like, of course, we didn't OTK them, but we just ran them out of resources. We had the 2/6 body fight for board, and like we played, like Unleash Fel, like a mini combo because it didn't die until like turn 6, and we sent like some decent damage phase.
Right.
The card was just so insanely broken in standard, like that entire deck.
Like, it's not just that deck, right? It's not only been good with Moarg, spell damage, OTK. You also had Aldraki Warblades, and I think they got nerfed because of Ilgi.
No. It got nerfed before that. I know what you're talking about, but it got nerfed before that.
Yeah, okay, but I would like the weapon to go back to 3 durability.
A lot of Demon Hunter cards need to be reverted from when it was like super broken. Yeah. So Kurtrus, the Kurtrus minion. This card...
I love him, but he's just so bad.
Yeah, he never really saw any play. It's a good discover. It's a really good discover option, but it just never really saw any play.
It just got power crept by that Hunter.
Yeah, it did get power crept by Felderin.
Singleton legendary from the next expansion.
Yeah, it is power crept by Felderin. So I mean, I literally have to put it.
That's painful.
Tier. I have to put it in the power crept tier because it did get power crept.
You have to put it in that tier.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
You can play it in a control style Reno deck, but I mean, what are you use it for?
Yeah,
it is still bad.
This card just doesn't even have much to talk about with it. It's just like it never saw really any play. It was good enough to discover, but that's kind of it. And it just is literally worse than a new card. So like it has to go here.
Yep.
I think Snake Eyes.
I agree.
I don't like Snake Eyes at all.
Snake Eyes is, in my opinion, a very poorly designed card. It's just boring.
Yeah.
I feel like it's also just bad. Like, you want to have value discovers, but yeah, have it depend on RNG if it's a 1-cost card or a 6-cost card.
Yeah. It's random.
Discovering 1-cost cards for value is never gonna be good.
Yeah, it's random.
You're never gonna discover what you want to discover. It's meh.
I think this is just a bad card. Like, it's not literally useless. It might see some play in standard, to be honest. Like, and I mean some in Reno Hunter or Demon Hunter, because again they don't really have many options. But it's
just gonna be like, oh, I don't know what to add for my last few cards.
Yeah.
Let's try this funny dice roll card, and then it's gonna be slightly useful, probably.
Yeah, I think it's just fair to put this in bad. You might run it in Naga Demon Hunter in standard just because it's a 3-mana Naga. Like, I don't think that would be good by any means.
I don't really see that.
Yeah, it's rough. I think it just goes in bad, and there's not really much to even discuss with it.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Yeah. Halveria. Halveria was
very cool.
Insane card when it came out.
No, not insane.
You don't think so?
No, she was very good, but she was not insane.
Yeah,
She just made a very good deck slightly better.
that's fair. You know what? That's fair.
Like, the only issue that Outcast Demon Hunter had, or Side Demon Hunter in standard at the moment, was yeah, okay, funny summoning rush minions, going phase. Halveria just gave you a tiny bit more reach, and that's
Yeah. Um,
kinda it.
the funny thing is they've tried to make
Um,
like Token Demon Hunter work a million times over, and Halveria is the first time it ever really worked with like security. But
I would not say that security is really a token Demon Hunter card.
I mean,
Tokens never really worked.
yeah, I mean, it still summons
Yeah, okay, sure, but yeah, you're right. But like dealing random damage to face or enemy,
oh my god,
whatever.
the
That
the
ugh,
Nana.
this is like okay, sure. I give whatever. I cast a small Savage Roar or a Bloodlust if you attack. Sure, that's
Yeah,
fine. Is it super OP? Nah, it's just good. I would say.
yeah. Um, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Halveria was just a good card when it came out, and it probably will still be good for if Outcast, gets like some reverts and gets some more buffs and all that, because it just synergizes so well with the deck.
And probably more good rush minions will be printed throughout time,
Yeah,
so it will stay good.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
never gonna be bad.
yeah, for sure. Metamorphosis. So this card, when it came out, also got nerfed, and then it got buffed again, but like not not buffed enough to be good.
And then it got nerfed again.
Yeah, this card got a lot of
And
changes.
now it's slightly decent, I guess.
It's like fine if you like can discover
Um,
it. It's okay.
I think it's bad in every deck that's not a side list.
Yeah.
If you're running a side list, this is a card that goes in only because Jotun can cast it for free.
Yeah.
Jace is going to recast it. But would you ever run this as a standalone card in a normal list? Nah, probably not.
Yeah, definitely not anymore. It's just not very strong anymore. I think like you just put it
You're gonna
here.
pay 5 mana for 4 damage.
Yeah, and then you have to pay
And
6
then
mana for
next
8
turn you
damage.
can 4 damage again. That's just you're paying 6 mana for 2 times 4 damage. And that's not even on the same turn. So like it's like a multi-strike. Who has ever seen multi-strike team play? It has been good before, but that was mostly probably just because Demon Hunter was so overpowered when it released.
Yeah.
Um,
I just don't see this card ever
I
ever really being
I
that
would I
good.
would play it. I would put it in bad now. Honestly,
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't see it being good ever again
Yeah.
unless they somehow change it.
Yeah. Uh
They would have to make the demonic blast hero power like 0 mana for it to be useful. I think.
yeah, or deal 5 damage again. Cuz 6
Even
mana
then,
Pyro
it's
Blast would be
probably
okay.
not worth.
Yeah. Kayn Sunfury.
Yeah,
This
but
card
over
was
2 turns.
Yeah, Kayn Sunfury was really good when he came out, and then he got nerfed. He got like a 2 HP nerf or something, and he just stopped seeing play. Right?
I think he went from 3-5 to 3-4.
Really, it was only a 1 HP nerf
But
that like made the card stop seeing play.
yeah,
That's crazy.
most often it was used for trading. As funny as that sounds,
Yeah. Oh,
but
trade the charge.
I don't think it has never been bad. And in the correct decks, I think it will see play in the future still. Because, I mean, if you have a minion based deck, you have the Questline Brute Outcast deck still, right?
Yeah.
I think you put Kane in there just to play around town.
Yeah. That's probably fair.
That's still fine to run. Is it good or overpowered? Probably not, but it's like somewhere in between no current use and good, probably.
Yeah, probably just right here at the top. of the tier list.
Slightly better than Altruis.
Yeah. Dude.
At this moment, for sure.
I don't know what this card's name is. It's like Zavix or something, from what I remember. The Devourer.
No,
I don't know what it is.
No.
What is it called?
It is my boy Crixus.
Crixus. This card's weird.
This card, 4 mana, 7/7. Discard your hand. Death Rattle. Draw 3 cards.
Dude, oh my god, it's gonna be so broken with the sludge cards. Oh my god.
The sludge cards are Warlock, by the way.
No, you can no Tram Mechanic. The 1 mana 2/1.
Don't they put like the sludges on bottom of your deck though?
No, Tram Mechanic adds it to your hand. Yeah.
Okay.
That does not make this. That does not. It's not worth running for that. But
Okay, but like, to be honest, this card has seen play.
yeah.
I still think it's insanely strong in a aggro empty your hand list.
Yeah.
I think it's good enough to say that it's a good card.
Okay. I don't know. I never really played this card because like the wild version, from what I remember, didn't play it because you just had other stuff. You would just play cheaper cards, you know, to empty your hand.
Yeah, I agree, but I don't know. 4 mana, 7/7, draw 3 cards. I like it.
Yeah, it is technically.
Discarding your hand doesn't even matter because you just refill it on your own.
Yeah, you just have an empty hand anyway. Or only
Like you run this in an aggro list, it has to be targeted. If they ignore it, they take 7 damage a turn.
Yeah.
If they kill it, sure, you get a refill for free.
Yeah.
If you happen to equip a magnifying glaive beforehand.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
Then it doesn't matter.
I mean.
That's really upset.
Super strong, right?
I was really upset when they made Empty Hand Demon Hunter because that was a hunter mechanic first that they just abandoned. Like, why did Demon Hunter get all these super crazy empty hand cards and then Hunter got Furious Howl? And that's the last card.
I mean, Furious Howl is a good card though.
Furious Howl is good in
but Dispose of Evidence is like 20 times better.
Yeah. It's only good in Questline Hunter. It's pretty bad everywhere else. It's not like I don't know, but yeah, Crixus is like just kind of interesting. It's not like I don't think the card really is very good wild by any means, but yeah.
Let's just put him in no current use.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
I think he would be below Karaya.
Karaya, yeah. Okay.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Ace Hunter Cream. Ooh, Ace Hunter Cream's a bad card.
He's a bad card, but he has seen play.
Yeah, I know. He didn't really see he didn't really see play in Hunter very much at all. But like in Demon Hunter he saw a little bit of play.
In Odd Demon Hunter, it was kind of a good card.
Yeah.
But the second you don't use him in a deck that's full of rush minions, I'm like, is it even worth mentioning the card at all then?
Yeah.
Other characters are immune while attacking. You have a lot of rush minions. You don't use it.
Yep.
Like that's absolutely dog shit, right?
It's Spirit
Let's
of
put
the
it in bad.
Spirit of the Rhino plus 2 mana. And Spirit of the Rhino never saw play. Or is pretty bad. So like,
ow, that hurts, man. That actually hurts.
Yeah. Dude, this card.
Yeah, it's just bad.
It's just bad.
It's probably worse than Metamorphosis.
Yeah, definitely worse than Metamorphosis. Because, like we're saying, Metamorphosis did see play before all its changes.
Exactly.
Final Showdown. I feel like you have to put Final
S.
Showdown. Yeah, I feel like you have to put Final Showdown right below Il'gynoth, right? Because Final Showdown Il'gynoth was one of the combos.
Final Showdown is still super good, and it made Demon Hunter S tier like 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah.
It is one of the reasons why Tony got banned from Wild. Not only Tony Druid was super stupid,
yeah,
but Tony in aggro Demon Hunter, like what the
Yep.
fuck even is that combination? And it was super strong.
Yep.
Like, I might even argue that Showdown is better than Il'gynoth because it made Il'gynoth playable.
That is true. Like,
If you did not have Final Showdown, Il'gynoth would not have seen play because there was no mana cheat.
yeah, you wouldn't have played Il'gynoth in the second time, like during your 2020 to 2021. You wouldn't have played Il'gynoth. I think that's fair, definitely. Like, yeah, it's definitely been in like most of the strongest Demon Hunter decks of all time. I think it's fair. I think it's like I think you could really argue, but either or Il'gynoth or Final Showdown, to be honest. Like, if you really wanted to, you
Okay,
could.
let's be honest here. I think we should make an S tier plus for Final Showdown alone.
Sure.
I think that's how good it is. It's honestly might be the best card ever made. You have this quest line. It always shows up in your starting hand. You build your deck around card draw, which Demon Hunter is very good at.
Never get nerfed, by the way.
It did get nerfed, actually.
It did?
They made the first step draw 6 cards in 1 turn, and then they just unnerfed it recently.
Oh, I thought.
But like, you pay 1 mana for a card that starts in your hand,
Yeah.
and you have, I mean, we have seen that Torisan saw play, right, in Blackrock Mountain,
Yeah,
and
this
for
card
like 2 or
is-
3 years after that. This card
Actually-
is literally. It is literally Emperor Thaurissan,
Actually,
except it
it's-
starts in your starting hand, and you can
No.
decide when to draw with it.
No. It's not Emperor Thaurissan that starts in your starting hand. It's Mithril Rod that starts in your starting hand. And Mithril Rod got nerfed twice.
Mithril
Rod
Rod
is
that
still
starts
good.
in your starting hand.
Yeah, and Mithril Rod got nerfed twice, and it's still
Oh
good.
man.
Yeah.
You know what? It is not just a Mithril Rod, because you also have the 5 mana 7/7. That's a permanent double
Yeah.
Mithril Rod for your entire deck.
Yep. It's pretty disgusting.
I mean, Showdown. This card should not be allowed to exist, probably.
Yeah,
but
like-
that goes for almost all the quest lines to begin with, I
Yeah.
think.
Here's the thing about this card is
Just
Showdown Demon Hunter, or like Questline Demon Hunter is not even that good of a deck, but if you just get lucky enough, because Showdown is so strong, you could still win with it. Like, currently. You know what I mean?
Demon Hunter is not that strong, but you can get like 3 Brutes or 3 Wallopers on turn 2, and you would just win every single game because you still have the mana burn on turn 3 or 4.
Yep.
If you
It's
have good
so
draws,
stupid.
it beats everything.
I feel like we
It's actually dumb.
I feel like there's an argument that Mana Burn should be on this tier list at S++. That card is so broken. I don't know.
Mana Burn, I want it to be neutral.
Yeah,
Like, Mana Burn is the reason you play Demon Hunter decks, I think.
it's so strong.
You go like, okay, I have the aggro list. I build a board. I burn your mana so you can't heal or board clear. I play a combo list. I play Mana Burn. You can't counter me. Fuck you.
Yeah,
I play a control list. I play Mana Burn. You can't do your combo this turn. Fuck you. Like, what the hell? That card is just so stupid. And I like it. I like it.
yeah.
Sometimes you need stupid cards.
Oh yeah. Well, I think that's about it for the tier list. Yeah, I'll put his or Jamba Juice's Twitch and Twitter in the description for any of you guys that want to check him out. But if you got anything else to say,
Do I have anything else to say? Please Blizzard more cool Demon Hunter cards. We
Yes.
like green stuff that goes face.
yes, yeah, so do Hunter players. More green cards that go face, please. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's gonna be it from us. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.